Hi everyone. So in today's video, I want to show you how you can create a Google form. And most especially, Google form is used for so many things like job application, to get feedback from clients, um, like questionnaire, quiz, and the rest of that. So as a virtual assistant, so anyone working remotely, be a freelancer, you will need this at every point in time. So that is why I'm making use of this. I'm using this opportunity to take you through and guide you how to create Google Form. Google Form is very, very easy, and you can even use it for your personal use. Maybe you want to get details from some set of people, maybe about your service, or you want people to fill a survey and the rest of that, just for you to collect some set of information that will help you in your business or anything that you're doing. So this is a Google interface. So your next thing is to come to this dots here and scroll all the way to here. This is the form. All right. So the next thing for you to do is to go to blank form. Yeah. So we're on blank form. So let's make use of let's say client feedback form. Maybe you render service to some set of people and they really need to you really need to know how what the experience was like. You can even do this maybe as a virtual assistant for your clients. Maybe you're working for your client and he has business and ask you okay, to do some get some customer feedback, and you will need to help him create a form. So it also applies. The most important thing is knowing how to use it. So you can use it for yourself or for your client. Now let's say client feedback form. Right. So that's the first thing you need to title it. So then just say the purpose of this form is to get feedback from you so we can serve you better. And just say something like that or any other thing. So first of all, the first thing you want to request for is their name. All right. So you come to this place and you type in name. Then for name, remember they need to type in their name. So that's a short answer. Okay, not paragraph, not multiple choice, not checkboxes, not drop down. They need to type their name. So you need to choose short answer so that you can give them room to type their name. Then another thing is once they type their name, and that has to be compulsory because there's no way somebody will fill the form and you don't know their name. So it is important that you toggle this button on. So it means it should be compulsory for them to fill that part, that if they not fill it, they will not be able to submit. So that is why it is important to turn this on. Okay. So the next thing for you to add another question, you tap on this plus button, or if you want to duplicate this same section, you come to duplicate question. So we want to add another question. Next thing we want to know is their email. The same thing, short answer because they need to type in their email. Then let's add another question like what's your experience with what was your experience with our service? So here now, we want to do a multiple choice so that they'll be able to choose one, very satisfied, another option, um, unsatisfied, let's say satisfied, What else? Satisfied, very satisfied, unsatisfied, very unsatisfied. So, and this add order simply means that if you click on this, it means that you give them room to type in what's the to type in another thing. Maybe if all what you've listed here is not among what they want to click on, then if you say add order, so it gives them room to type in and not choose. But here I just want them to choose this. So toggle this button is very important to toggle this button on, so they must answer that question before they're able to submit. Then let's add another question. Pass response rates. What else? What else? Okay. How was the response? Okay. How was the response? So here, if you just drop down the option, say yes. Okay, no, fast, slow. Okay. Very slow, very fast. So let's add one more. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to refer us to others? 1 to 5. So I want to be okay, 1 to 5. Let me see. Likely, very likely, very likely. Likely. Okay, let's say very likely, or you mean very likely, okay? Unlike. Hope that English is correct. 1 to 5. Think I've not make use of checkboxes. I think let me use star rating here. On a scale of how likely are you to refer us to others? So this is the rating. So 5 here simply means that is the highest. So if they click on the first one, that means the score is low. So from 4, 5, the score is high. Okay, so that's it. I'm thinking of another question to ask so that we can do check boxes. But let me see what other open question can I use? Okay, which of our services do you love most. Let me use the checkbox. Yeah. Option 1. Let's just say email service, social media, SMD generation. Okay. So don't forget to toggle this on. All right. So now you've done all of this. Okay. Now let's go to settings, because response is where you get your response when they eventually fill their response. So now for the settings, if you want to make this a quiz, you can turn that on. For responses, manage how responses are collected and protected. Collect email address. Do you want to collect the email address? Yes. Responder input. Send responders a copy of their response. Do you want to do that? No, I don't need that. Allow response editing. That depends simply on you. That is, if you want them to be able to edit their response after they've submitted, you can turn this on. And you limit to one response. If you want them to be able to submit multiple, like more than once, then it toggle this on. If you just need one response per person, you leave it like that. Not really much here. This is just to show the progress bar. This one is useful in situation where you have multiple questions, you're asking them a lot of questions. So you want them to show how long it will take for them to complete that. So you can toggle this on, but in this case, we don't need that. So you can shuffle question order as well, not necessary. So after submission, confirmation message, you know that when you finish filling a form, at the end, some will say, thank you for filling this form. So this space is very important, especially if you want to direct them to another link. Let's say, for instance, after they fill the form, you want them to join your WhatsApp group. This is where you fill. You can just say, thank you for filling the form. Please join the group. So I'm thinking of a link to Hardware Play. What I'm gonna put here? I'm thinking of a link to put here. Ah, what link are we using now? Okay, let's just say, let me put this link. So I'll save it. So I'll save it now. You can see, thank you for filling the form. Show link to submit another response. If you don't want them to if you don't want this, you can toggle it off. Maybe they make mistake or something. So I always love to leave this. What else? So restriction, disable autosave for respondent. Yeah. Form default settings, question. So that's all. So now let's preview. For you to check what you've done, you want to see how it looks like before you actually go ahead and publish that. This is what you do. So this is it. So here, to help you know better, here now we have email name. How was your experience with our service? So you can see the accept market. Now, by doing this now, you can see I did not make this compulsory. So I need to go back and make this compulsory. You see? So that is benefit of you previewing. So now let's go back. And how was the response like? Let me go back to the question. I didn't make this compulsory as well. So like I have to, okay. This email is here as this email is here as a result of the settings I did, but it's all cool. I require that. There's another one I need to make compulsory, which is this here. Yeah, so we are good to go. Now, after they've submitted all this, where are you going to get the response? Don't forget that we need to type. So, okay, it's titled already. Don't forget that you need to know where the response will be coming to. So this is it. For you to get the response, click on link to sheets. So do you want to create a new spreadsheet or you want to select existing spreadsheets? This applies maybe you've already named a sheet down and you want to use that sheet. Create a new spreadsheet. You can just do this. So this is what you want, client feedback form response. All right. So okay. Now don't forget, tap on create. So once you do that, you can see we are here. So every responses that are coming in will be here. Client feedback form. So now let's give it a try. Remember, we have not published yet. So I will need to click on publish. But before that, I need to do something. See, there's the settings I'm looking for. Allow response editing. The particular settings I'm looking for here. So here, it is very important that your editor view should be restricted. Let me show you how I came here. Click on this. Editor view should be restricted to just you, except maybe you want, it doesn't make sense for you to put anyone with the link. Please take note. If you need to add anybody to be able to edit this, then you need to come in here and type in the email of the person. Okay. So please, this place editor view should be restricted. The respondent view, anyone with the link, that's fine. Anyone with a link, yeah, they can respond. This is for those that are filling the form. So anyone that has the link can fill it. Okay, so done. Now let's hit publish. There's another thing I really want to let you know. So let's go back to this place. That is if you want to customize your theme. Let's say you want the color to be yellow, you can make it orange, you can see, you can make it green, you can make it this. And for the header, that is the upper part, maybe you want to choose an image. I'm not sure I have an image I can use there. Or let me just take from the themes. If you have an image you want to upload, you can do that. So let me just use this. Insert. So that will make it to be more colorful. You can see. So it's more colorful. Good. So I think that's what I was missing out on. So I need to share it to you. So you can see how beautiful our form is now. You can see how beautiful it is. So if you have any image you want to use here as well, you can upload. So I do not have any. All right, so now let's publish. Are we good to go? Publish. All right, so don't forget to shorten this URL. Then you copy it. Now let's go and test it out. So, yeah, shit. I hope this meeting is being recorded. Okay, good. So here I am. Now I want to fill the form so you can see how it looks like when someone fills it in. Let me do this. These are so I was a response. This is the one that has jobs as if fast. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to refer us? Of course, 5 now. Which of the services do you love most? And click all if you want. Then submit. Now, you can see where I told you that you can actually add your link, maybe to link to your WhatsApp group or something. Thank you for filling the form. Please join the group. So I just use LinkedIn here just to show you that it actually works. So you can see. Then if you want to submit another response, because of the settings I made, I can submit another response. But if you don't want them to do that, you can as well do that. So make sure you watch the video over again so that you can be so good at this. The more you practice, the more you learn. I hope you found this video helpful, but before then, why am I rushing? Let's come back and see our submission. So you can see the time that it was submitted, see the name, see the which our service do you love most, you can see that's it. So voila, and you're good to go. So bye. For now, don't forget to give this video a like if it has been helpful, subscribe and share so that you can encourage me to do more of this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.